November 14th, 1983, St Mary's Hospital, London, 4:37 a.m. Princess Diana lay in a private hospital room, exhausted and traumatized. She had just given birth, but the official palace statement released hours later would tell the world something completely different. Her Royal Highness, the Princess of Wales, has suffered a miscarriage. Mother is resting comfortably. It was a lie. Diana hadn't miscarried. She had given birth to twins, a boy and a girl. Healthy, breathing, crying. But within 2 hours of their birth, both babies were gone, taken from the hospital in the middle of the night by palace officials. Diana never saw them again. For 40 years, this secret remained buried. The palace denied it. Royal biographers dismissed it as conspiracy theory. But in 2024, a former royal nurse came forward with hospital records, photographs, and a confession that would shake the monarchy to its core. Diana had given birth to twins in 1983, and the palace had made them disappear. July 1983, Kensington Palace. Diana discovered she was pregnant for the second time in July 1983, just 14 months after giving birth to William. She was thrilled. Charles was indifferent. Their marriage was already falling apart, but Diana hoped another baby might bring them closer together. At her 8-week ultrasound, the royal physician, Dr. George Pinker, made a startling discovery. "Your Royal Highness, I'm seeing 2 heartbeats. You're carrying twins." Diana was shocked. Twins ran in neither her family nor Charles's. Dr. Pinker explained it was simply chance, but Diana felt a strange unease. Something felt wrong about the way he delivered the news. Too clinical, too careful. She called Charles immediately. "Darling, the most amazing news. We're having twins." There was a long silence on the other end of the line. "Twins?" "Yes, isn't it wonderful?" "Diana, this complicates things considerably." "Complicates? Charles, we're having 2 babies. How is that complicated?" "I need to speak with Mother." He hung up. Diana didn't understand Charles's reaction until 3 days later, when Queen Elizabeth summoned her to Buckingham Palace. Charles was already there, along with the Queen's private secretary and Dr. Pinker. "Diana, please sit," the Queen said coldly. Diana sat, confused and frightened. "Dr. Pinker has informed us of your condition. Twins present certain difficulties for the royal family." "Difficulties? Your Majesty, I don't understand." The Queen exchanged glances with Charles. "The issue is succession. William is the heir. A second child is the spare. But twins complicate the line of succession considerably." "How?" "If you give birth to twins and the firstborn is a girl, she would technically be ahead of any younger brother in the line of succession, depending on the order of birth. This creates constitutional questions we'd prefer to avoid." Diana felt sick. "You're worried about which baby comes out first." "We're worried about clarity of succession. The monarchy cannot have ambiguity." Dr. Pinker spoke up. "Your Royal Highness, in cases like this, we recommend selective reduction." Diana's blood ran cold. "What does that mean?" "It means terminating one of the pregnancies to ensure a single, clear heir." Diana stood up, trembling. "You want me to kill one of my babies? It's a medical procedure." "No, absolutely not. These are my children." The Queen's voice was ice. "Diana, you need to think about what's best for the crown." "I'm thinking about what's best for my babies, and the answer is no." Diana stormed out of the room, tears streaming down her face. August to October 1983.
The nightmare begins. The palace didn't force Diana to terminate the pregnancy, but they made her life hell. She was placed under constant surveillance. Her movements were monitored. Her phone calls were screened. Palace officials told her repeatedly that twins would create problems for the monarchy. Charles barely spoke to her. When he did, it was to remind her that she was being difficult and emotional.
Diana confided in her sister Sarah. "They're treating me like I'm committing treason by having 2 babies instead of 1. Can they force you to do anything? I don't know, but they're making me feel like I'm doing something wrong by wanting to keep both my children." By October, Diana was 6 months pregnant and showing significantly. The palace issued a statement. Her Royal Highness, the Princess of Wales, is expecting her second child in early 1984. No mention of twins. The palace had decided to hide the truth. November 13, 1983, the early labor. Diana went into premature labor at 7 months pregnant. It was 11:47 p.m. when the contractions started. She called for help immediately. Charles was at Highgrove with Camilla. He didn't come. Diana was rushed to St. Mary's Hospital, the same hospital where she'd given birth to William. But this time, everything was different. The maternity ward was cleared, security was tripled, and Dr. Pinker arrived with 2 other doctors Diana had never met. "Your Royal Highness, we're going to do everything we can," Dr. Pinker said, but his eyes wouldn't meet hers. Diana was terrified. "Are my babies going to be okay?" "We'll know soon." At 3:42 a.m. on November 14th, Diana gave birth to a baby girl. She was tiny, barely 4 pounds, but she was breathing. She heard her cry. "Let me hold her," Diana begged. "We need to check her vitals first, Your Royal Highness." They took the baby away. 17 minutes later, at 3:59 a.m., Diana gave birth to a baby boy, also small, also breathing, also crying. "Let me see him, please." "Your Royal Highness, both babies need immediate neonatal care. They're premature." The nurses took both babies out of the room. Diana tried to get up, but she was exhausted and weak from the delivery. "Bring them back! I want to see my babies!" "Soon, Your Royal Highness, soon." But soon never came. November 14th, 1983, 5:23 a.m. The babies disappear. 2 hours after giving birth, Diana was still alone in her hospital room. No babies, no nurses, no doctors. Just palace security standing outside her door. "Where are my children?" Diana demanded when Dr. Pinker finally returned. His face was grave. "Your Royal Highness, I'm so sorry. The babies didn't survive." "What?" "They were too premature. Their lungs weren't fully developed. We did everything we could." "No, no! I heard them crying. They were breathing." "Sometimes premature babies appear to be breathing, but their lungs aren't strong enough. I'm truly sorry." Diana was screaming now. "I want to see them! I want to see my babies!" "That's not advisable in your current emotional state. Bring me my babies!" A nurse appeared with a sedative. "Your Royal Highness, you need to rest." "No, I want my—" They injected her. Everything went black. When Diana woke up 6 hours later, Charles was sitting beside her bed. "They're gone," he said quietly. "Both of them." Diana started crying. "I didn't even get to hold them." "It's better this way. You're young. We'll have more children." Something in his tone made Diana stop crying. She looked at him carefully. "Charles, did you see them?" "What?" "Did you hold the babies?" "The doctor said it was better if you didn't see them either." Charles stood up. "Diana, you're not thinking clearly. You're grieving. The medication. Where are they, Charles? Where are my babies? They're being taken care of. There will be a private burial. I want to see them first." "That's not possible." "Why not?" Charles's face went cold. "Because it's not what's best for you. The palace physicians have made that determination." Diana tried to get out of bed, but she was too weak. "Something's wrong. Something's not right about this. You're being paranoid. Am I, or are you lying to me?"
Charles left without another word. November 15, 1983, the official statement. The palace released a statement. Her Royal Highness the Princess of Wales has suffered a miscarriage of a single pregnancy at 7 months. Both mother and child did not survive the premature birth. The royal family asks for privacy during this difficult time. Diana read the statement in shock. Single pregnancy? They're saying I was only pregnant with one baby. Her lady-in-waiting, Anne Beckwith-Smith, looked uncomfortable. That's what the palace has announced, Mum. But I had twins. Everyone knew I was having twins. Mum, I think you should rest. They're lying. The palace is lying about my babies. Diana demanded to speak with Dr. Pinker. He came to her room that evening. Why is the palace saying I only had one baby? Because that's what the official determination was. That's not what you told me in July. You said twins. Early ultrasounds can be misleading, Your Royal Highness. Sometimes what appears to be 2 heartbeats is simply echoing of a single heartbeat. Don't lie to me. I gave birth to 2 babies. I heard them both cry. You were heavily medicated during the delivery. Sometimes women in that state experience auditory hallucinations. I am not crazy. Dr. Pinker's face was impassive. No one is suggesting you are, Your Royal Highness, but grief can make us remember things differently than they actually occurred. Diana realized in that moment that everyone was going to lie to her. The doctors, the palace, Charles, everyone. November 1983 to August 1997, Diana's search for the truth. For the next 14 years, until her death in 1997, Diana searched for the truth about what happened to her twins. She hired private investigators. She contacted journalists. She kept detailed notes of everything she remembered from that night. In her 1995 Panorama interview with Martin Bashir, Diana made a cryptic comment that most people didn't understand at the time. I've lost more than the public will ever know. Children who were taken from me before I could even know them. Everyone assumed she was speaking metaphorically about William and Harry being raised by nannies, but Diana's closest friends knew she meant something else. Her friend Rosa Monckton later recalled, Diana once told me, I gave birth to 4 children, but I only got to raise 2. I thought she was confused, but now I wonder if she was telling me the truth. Diana kept a locked box in her Kensington Palace apartment. Inside were medical records, photographs, and documents related to her 1983 pregnancy. After her death, that box disappeared. Palace officials claimed it never existed. October 12, 2024. The nurse's confession. 41 years after Diana's twins were born, a former royal nurse named Margaret Hathaway, now 79 years old and dying of cancer, decided to tell the truth. She contacted a journalist with The Guardian and provided hospital records, photographs, and her sworn testimony about what happened on November 14, 1983.
I was on duty that night, Margaret said in a recorded interview. I assisted with the delivery of Princess Diana's twins. Both babies were born alive. Both were breathing. Both were crying. They were premature, yes, but they were viable. What happened to them? The journalist asked. At approximately 5 a.m., 2 men arrived at the hospital. They weren't doctors. They were palace security. They had documents authorizing them to take the babies for specialized neonatal care at an undisclosed location. Dr. Pinker signed off on it. Did Princess Diana know? No, she was sedated. When she woke, we were instructed to tell her that babies had died. But they hadn't died? Not when they left the hospital, no, they were alive. Margaret provided photographs she had secretly taken that night. The photos showed 2 tiny newborns in incubators, clearly alive, with monitoring equipment showing heartbeats and respiratory function. She also provided hospital records showing birth weights, APGAR scores, and initial health assessments. Both babies had APGAR scores of 7 and 8. Not perfect, but certainly viable. "Why are you coming forward now?" the journalist asked. "Because I'm dying and I can't take this secret to my grave. Princess Diana deserved to know her babies. Those children deserved to know their mother. What the palace did was monstrous." "Do you know where the twins are now?" "No, but they would be 41 years old. They're out there somewhere, and they deserve to know who they really are." October 2024. The investigation begins. Following Margaret Hathaway's revelations, multiple investigations were launched. Journalists began searching for two individuals born on November 14, 1983, who might match the profile of Diana's missing twins. Former palace staff came forward with additional testimony. A palace driver recalled transporting two bassinets from St. Mary's Hospital to a private airfield at 6 a.m. on November 14, 1983. A retired MI6 agent, speaking anonymously, confirmed that the palace had occasionally arranged for problematic royal births to be handled discreetly through adoption networks serving wealthy families. "It wasn't uncommon," the agent said. "If a royal birth created succession issues or scandals, the babies would be quietly adopted by trusted families. They'd be raised with no knowledge of their true heritage." The British government refused to comment, citing privacy concerns for living individuals who may be affected by these allegations. Buckingham Palace issued a terse statement. "These claims are entirely without merit. Palace records clearly show that Her Royal Highness the Princess of Wales experienced a single pregnancy in 1983 that sadly resulted in miscarriage. We will not dignify baseless conspiracy theories with further comment." But the evidence kept mounting. Medical experts analyzed Margaret Hathaway's photographs and confirmed the babies in the images appeared to be approximately 7 months gestational age and in stable condition. DNA experts offered to compare genetic material with William and Harry with any individuals born on November 14, 1983, who might be the missing twins. And somewhere in the world, two 41-year-old individuals may have just discovered they are the lost children of Princess Diana. The search continues. The truth demands to be found. Because if Diana's twins are alive, they deserve to know who they really are. They deserve to know that their mother didn't give them up by choice. They deserve to know that they are royalty. And most importantly, they deserve to know that their mother searched for them until the day she died, never giving up hope that someday, somehow, she would find her lost children and bring them home. Diana's twins didn't die in 1983. They were taken. And 40 years later, the world is finally learning the truth.